Hey guys, Crazy here again. I'm back with another video today. So today's 7th of August, obviously, and yeah, this is just a video to talk about the latest cricket scores. Not really anything very special, but because I'm cricket crazy, I thought I'll just give you an update on the results, like the recent results of series and all that, and then news about future and stuff. So yeah, yeah, let's get into the video. So, obviously, I told you about the Ashes. It started on the 1st of August, the first test in Edgbaston. And wow, that was such an amazing game. Like, England did lose by 251 runs. I will let you take you through the scores and everything. But yeah, it was just so shocking to see England lose by such a big margin. And, like, especially because, like, they were in such a good position in day one, but then Steve Smith really just took it away, and then yeah, Nathan Lyon finished with 6 wickets. And this may not make any sense to you guys now, but yeah, let me just run through the what happened. So yeah, I think it was Australia won the toss and chose to bat. Yeah, and they got off to a really poor start. Like they were 35 for 3, and then they got a bit of partnership 99 for 4. They were consistently losing wickets. They got actually to such a bad stage on 122 for 8 before lunch or at lunch. I don't know when it was, but it was at 120. They were at 122 for 8. Steve Smith was still batting, and guess what, guys? He made a whopping 144 runs, and Australia in the end finished on a massive 284, which was much better than I had expected. You know, if you only had 2 wickets in hand, to score another 162 runs is just phenomenal, really, from 122 for 8 to 284 all out. I mean, but I thought England could still take the lead, and they did. On the second day, at the end of the second day, England were 267 for 4. They were only trailing by another 17. They only were trailing by 17 runs. But then they collapsed, guys, and they were taking, like, the Australian fast bowlers, and I think Nathan Lyon, the spinner as well, was taking a few wickets and like a couple of wickets, and in the end, England could only manage a lead of 90, but it was still a valuable 90, and they got out for 374. Yeah, there were 374 all out. Then Australia came to bat again, and oh my god, yeah, I think they just took the game away from England in that third innings, scoring 487 for 7 declared. With Steve Smith scoring another century at 142 runs this time, he got out for. But yeah, it was just amazing to see Steve Smith scored 2 double centuries, and especially in an Ashes, game. That's Ashes test. That's just in the Ashes. It's amazing to get 200s, and no one had done that in the Ashes since 2002, and yeah. It was done by who was it? Matthew Hayden. He done it in Matthew Hayden. Yeah, I think Matthew Hayden done it in 2002. But only 5 Aussie players have done it in all Ashes, and Steve Smith's now one of them. So he scored 286 runs in the Test match. But yeah, that set England a target of 398, which is obviously a massive target. And in fourth innings, when the pitches wear and tear, it's obviously very difficult. And well, there's not really a surprise, really. They capitulated for 146. So yeah, Australia in the end winning by 251 runs. And in that fourth innings, Nathan Lyon was the star of the show, taking 6 wickets for 49 runs, I think it was. So yeah, very good figures for him, especially that second innings. But yeah, Australia thrashing England by 251 runs. I don't know why I said New Zealand there. Probably still remembering that final, World Cup final defeat, but whatever. Australia take a 1-0 lead in the Ashes, and the next game is on the 14th of August at Lords. So yeah, it's going to be a cracker, and Australia have got a very good record actually in Lords against England. So yeah, they'll be they'll be very confident about this one. And also, bad news for England is that James Anderson was injured in the first test, so he only bowled 4 overs. So that meant that that meant that he's out of the Lord's test now. The second test, he'll be out of it. Hopefully, he can come back in the third test, because with England 1-0 down, they really need something, good to bring it back up. They are thinking to give Jofra Archer his test debut. He's a new player, really helped England in the World Cup, and so yeah, he's a very exciting prospect, talent, and it'll be good to see how he plays in the second test. But yeah, so that's the Ashes kind of first test done. And by the way, I think it was since 2001, Australia never won at Edgbaston. So that was also a record. Well, that was also something that was broken by the Australians. And yeah, just amazing to see them win. But I mean, disappointed to see, obviously, England lose. But I was amazed at how Australia, thrashed England, especially from the way they started with the bat. Wasn't great at all, Australia, but things turn out. Things can turn around in cricket, and so that was the Ashes first test. Now India West Indies. It's happening in, I think, the USA. In the first there were 3 T20s, and how many ODIs? I think 5 ODIs. I don't know, and 2 tests or something. But yeah, it'll be good, to see. Hopefully India can win the ODIs and the tests. But yeah, India have won the T20 series 3-0. So a very good first match. West Indies put a really bad score of 95 for 9 in 20 overs. But then India, they did struggle a bit. They did chase it down in the end. 97 for 5 in 17.4 overs. So it was a close match. But the reason why India lost 5 because they were wanting to finish the game quickly, trying to hit out and, get the win quickly. But obviously it wasn't kind of pitch for that at Lauren Hill. So India went 1-0. Then the next day on the 4th of August, so that was 3rd of August, and 4th of August was another match, same place, and Lauren Hill. India scoring 167 for 6, I think it was. In their 20 overs. And what was it? West Indies won 97 for 4 in 15.3 overs. The rain came along. They needed 71 off or 98 for 4. I don't know, about 70 in 27 balls. They were 22 runs back. Yeah, 97 for 4. They were 20. Well, they were 98 for 4. Sorry, they were 22 runs behind DLS, Duckworth Lewis Stern method. Because of rain interruption, India won that by 22 runs and had already taken a 2-0 unassailable lead in the series. Had already won the series, really. But then the third T20, the final one, on the 6th of August, so that was yesterday, and West Indies scoring 146 for 5 or something. Pollard scoring good 58. And Pollard, by the way, did win the first T20 as well. Out of that 95 runs that West Indies made, he scored 49. But then again, he took 49 balls, so he took quite a lot of balls, and that's why, it was really poor to see West Indies, collapse there. But West Indies in that game, just referring to the first T20 again, I think it said in the game that they took about over 70 balls. I think they said that they had 79 dot balls in that game. So that's more than 13 overs of dot balls. So that's why they lost the game there. But yeah, returning back to the third T20, West Indies scoring... I don't want this to run out, guys. 146 for 5. Pollard scoring good 58. And India chasing it down in the end. It was not an easy pitch at Providence. It was a different venue in South America. But 150 for 3, I think it was, in 19.1. Deepak Chahar, actually, in 3 overs for India, took 3 wickets and only gave 2 runs, so he did really good bowling there. Another news is that Zimbabwe, because they haven't been paid their salaries, they are not going to be competing in the men's T20 World Cup next year. And in place of them, for the qualifiers, there's the team Nigeria have actually made it through. So that was very good to see. I haven't ever seen Nigeria, as a cricket team. So it'll be very interesting to see how they play in the qualifiers, which is actually in October this year. So out of, I think, 9 teams were playing, I don't know how many. The top 2 teams will be booking their places for the actual World T20, which will be held in Australia in the year 2020. But I think that's all I have for you guys for the cricket today. I'll make another video very soon. Obviously, things like Keir's birthday coming up on the 18th of August and things like that. So yeah, make sure to tune in for that. Make sure to share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, which will be very soon. Thank you very much.